What am I supposed to do? My son is a talented young man. Oh my God, my son is so talented in everything. I miss my son so much. He was a lovely kid. He always gave me my medication. He made my tea. He gave me everything that I need. What am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do without him? I can't live without him.
On the 31st of May 2021, 14-year-old Dea John was chased down by a group of 5 people armed with weapons, and one of them stabbed him to death. Racial slurs were also reported, and this was part of the investigation into his murder, and 5 people would go on to stand trial. 4 of them would be cleared of his murder altogether, and one of them, a 15-year-old boy, was convicted of manslaughter. And in this episode, we're going to discuss the court case and also the outcome. This is the Scarcity Studios YouTube channel. Please don't forget to like, comment, share and subscribe. And our sponsors at Alpha Claims and Hire Birmingham, the leading and best accident management company. Get a replacement car anywhere in 1 hour. Throughout the court case, the prosecution said that they'd got CCTV of Dea John's movements on the day of his death. Dea John had gone to the Kingstanding area with several of his friends, and they bumped into another group of 5 other children, and they all had an altercation, and there was allegations that a member of Dea John's group had tried to rob a bag from one of the 16-year-olds. The kids who were the victim of the attempted robbery then fled and returned back with 2 adults and also a car and weapons. They went round the estate looking for Dea John and eventually found him outside a Kingstanding convenience store, and at this point Dea John and his friends all fled. Dea John was seen on CCTV hiding behind a car before he was eventually caught by one of the teenagers who stabbed him through the heart. A witness who was on the street at the time told the police that they'd seen him shudder and fall to the floor, and all of the suspects tried to flee into a car, but the car was locked and they escaped on foot. Dea John would go on to die at the scene, and the post-mortem determined that it was from a single stab wound to the heart. But the police soon identified everybody involved and they were all arrested. And this week a teenager has been convicted of manslaughter and jailed for 6.5 years for killing Dea John last year. The police investigated the racially aggravated element of the case, but nobody was ever convicted of that, and there was no mention of it following the actual trial as well. Dea John's mother said in a moving statement that he was a son, a brother, an uncle, a cousin and a friend. On the 31st of May 2021, his life was taken, and I will never forget that day. My son was bouncing with life and he went out to play football and never returned. I spoke to him at 7 p.m. and he was meant to be home within 40 minutes. The only call I would get would be from a friend to say that he'd been injured, and when I turned up to College Road, I seen a blue tent in the street and my son was lying on the road. And the next time I would see him would be in a mortuary in Coventry. She went on to say that her son was always there for her. He would make her cups of tea and get her medication. They had a fantastic relationship and it was destroyed by the actions of others. I followed this story from the day that it happened and also the impact that this had as well. This story got a lot of nationwide attention, mainly due to the age of the young boy and the nature in which he died, but I believe there is a lot more cases like this that don't get the same attention. And of course the question of whether 6 years is enough for taking somebody's life in the way that they did. So really appreciate you joining me for this episode, and please pay respects to Dea John in the comments, and don't forget to follow me online as well at Scarcity Studios on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter and Facebook. Peace.